Hey, how the hell are we doing today? It's Wayne Gravatt with fishheadvideos.com, and we're back in the basement tying flies. The fly we're going to tie today is called Pigboy Crabshaw. So a little story about where that name came from. Many years ago, and people about my age will probably know who it is, there was a group called Paul Butterfield Blues Band. Played at Woodstock, pretty famous group, but they had a lead guitar player in the group named Elvin Bishop. When he played for Butterfield Blues Band, his nickname in the band was Pigboy Crabshaw. They actually have an album by the name Resurrection, Pigboy Crabshaw. So just kind of, I like unique names. I like a lot of things with music. And so I thought, well, hell, that's a hell of a name. So that's what I decided to go with. And let me tell you this is kind of a funny thing. You get out on a stream and you're catching fish and people are yelling across at you, hey, what are you using? And you yell back, Pigboy Crabshaw, they're going to look at you like, what the hell? What is that? So, with that said, let's get going with this fly, and we'll look at the materials. Okay, the hook we're going to use today, that is a 2X long, light wire, size 10. I tie this fly basically in 12s, 10s, 8s, 6s. You could even go smaller. 14 would be not that big of a deal, but whatever. The hackle we're going to use today is Grizzly Hackle. It's a saddle hackle. And then the body is going to be purple yarn. The dubbing on the front of the fly is going to be purple. And we're using 2mm purple foam. The wing is going to be white polypropylene yarn, or you can use Antron. That's fine. And the legs are going to be a black and white rubber leg. And the thread is purple 6/0 Danville, waxed. All right, let's get started. All righty, so here we go. Just like we do every time, we're going to put down a nice base of thread on the hook shank so materials don't slide on us. Good. Okay. Then we're going to go with the 2mm foam. I'm going to trim that down just a tiny bit. I think that's just a little bit too wide. So I'm going to trim that down just a bit. All right. Okay, we want that to be about that length right there. So we still need to cut off just a tiny amount at the end. Okay. Now, so we're going to set that on there just like, whoops. Still a tad too long. Let's cut off just a little bit more. There we go. All right, now we're going to hold down pressure on with your thumb and with your forefinger underneath it, holding it in place all the time. I'm going to put that on there really tight. And there's some similarities, and my cameraman there actually sees a similarity with this with a purple chubby, and I see where you can make that. You could make that statement. Okay. This is optional. This part right here, but for this particular fly, let's put it on there. You don't need that palmer hackle in there, but we're going to throw it in there. Okay, I'm going to bring my thread up just to the start of that purple foam. I'm going to lay this purple yarn right across the top, just like that. Okay, right up to the start of the foam body part. Okay. Now, we're going to wind that up there tightly. Good. Tie that up, couple tight ones. Okay, let's get rid of that tag. Okay, now we're going to wind this Grizzly Hackle. This is called Palmer style. About 4 wraps. We don't want to over hackle it. No need for that. Just like that. Okay. Now, we're going to go again there. This is that polypropylene yarn again, and the Antron will do the same thing. You're always going to brush it out. Gather it. Trim it nice and flat. Just like that. that's about the height that we want. So if you look at that, that's about how long we want that wing post. Okay, so we're just going to set that right in there just like that. Now, real tight here. We don't want this going to hell in a handcart on us, so we're going to have that tight. We're going to lift that up, clip it out right there. Okay, now we're going to come to the front of the post, hold the post back, put a thread base here. Now some wraps right against that post so that the post stands upright. See that? Okay, so now we're going to come back here just like that. Now we're going to start going around that parachute style, around that post. Okay. Okay. I'll come back right there. Okay. Now we're going to tie in this hackle. You know what? Let's put in the legs first. I think that's a better idea. So we're going to get a couple of them. Okay, now we're just going to set them right there on the far side first. Hold your finger against it to keep it in place. Just like that. And we'll trim these to length after we get them in there, so don't worry about that. Try to get these back ones about this as close as you can at this point, though. Makes it just quite a bit easier. And that looks good. Okay. All right. Now, take it off that bottom part of it where it's the hackles aren't as stiff. Okay, so I'm going to take the end off. So we're going to set that in there, just like that. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to take a little dubbing, this purple dubbing, and we're going to put it on this back side. We want this front of this fly, or the thorax of this particular fly, to be purple. Alrighty, that looks to be good. And we're going to hold them hackles out of the way. Move the thread up just in front of the wing post. Leave it right there. Now, with your hands, you don't need hackle pliers for this. We're just going to go around this post. Dip it down just a little bit at the back so you don't overlap. And probably 5 will be good. That's enough right there. So I'm going to bring that right between the two legs. Notice that? Now, I'm just going to pick up with the hackle and the legs and secure that to the top of the shank of the hook. Just like that. And if you get a few little hackle fibers in there, don't worry about that. Clean that up at the end. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to dub again. But this is a pretty buggy looking terrestrial, and this will be good wherever you fish. If there's trout, they're going to eat this. So not real heavy on that. Just like that. Again, we're going to lift that up. We're going to pick it up right where we started with that other hackle when we brought the thread through. Just like that. Finish off that head. Okay, I like to hold these back when I whip finish. It just makes it a lot easier, I think. Just like that. Clear it out of there. Okay. Now we're going to get these. I've still got to head cement this, but I'm going to do these legs while I've got it here. box, just like that. Okay, get that head cement. And there we go. That's Pigboy Crabshaw. And here's some other different ones, some different varieties of that. And use your imagination. You can come up with a lot of things. But that's the really buggy looking fly, and that's going to produce good results. Then the last and final thing I want to tell you again is we need you to subscribe. Hit that button. That's really important. It's free. I hope you enjoyed this fly, and I hope you turn in again. View us again. All right. Thank you very much. Give them hell.